Welcome to the show. I'm Kathy Ireland. In the past, the standard delivery method for pharmaceuticals and medications has been tablets, solutions, and injections. However, recent technological advances in the transdermal space have been increasing the opportunity for better delivery. CEO Gareth Sheridan and President Sean Gallagher of Nutriband join us to share more about how they are changing the way we deliver medications to benefit the end user. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us, Kathy.
Great to be with you.
Now, Gareth, on a high level, will you please tell us about the worldwide need for transdermal delivery?
Yeah, of course. So transdermal essentially is just a scientific way of saying delivery through the skin. So what we've done is look at the opportunity for delivering various medications through the skin and the various patient groups that we could target with this. So included in that would be infant and elderly patients who may have trouble swallowing pills and tablets. There's a huge number of people worldwide that actually naturally have an issue with swallowing pills and tablets, and then also people that find a discomfort with using injections or injectable medications as well. So we're looking to target these groups with already approved medications and then apply transdermal delivery to improve comfort, safety, and efficiency.
Wonderful. And Sean, could you please give us a brief overview of Nutriband?
Yeah, so what we're doing, Kathy, is we're taking existing, already established medicines that would traditionally be taken via tablets or injections. And we're developing transdermal applications for those so that they can be taken through a patch through the skin, as Gareth said, rather than through tablets, where a lot of people find that uncomfortable. And so our key areas of focus are pain relief, type 2 diabetes, and fertility. And so in the area of pain relief, what we're doing is we're working with opioid-based medicines. And many people will be familiar with the fentanyl patch that people use for pain relief. So what we've done is we've redesigned that to make sure that it can only be used for the purposes, the therapeutic purposes for which it was designed. So we know that a lot of people, particularly addicts, are using used patches and smoking them, boiling them, chewing them to get a high. And so what we're doing is redesigning the patch to make sure that we eliminate or reduce that dramatically and thereby save lives.
Wow, that's incredible. And Gareth, you were a college student in Dublin when you started working on Nutriband. Can you tell us more about how you got started with this company?
Yeah, so I was in my final year in college in Dublin, Ireland, and I was looking at the health and wellness industry and the lack of innovation, how it had become a little stagnant, and looking at target groups that maybe had a discomfort with traditional methods of taking various supplements and health products. My dad actually wears a patch for delivery of medication, and we were talking one day and I noticed the patch peek out the bottom of his sleeve, and the gears started turning for me on maybe this could be used to deliver microscopic amounts of vitamins and other health type products. So with that, I quickly turned that into the focus of my thesis, and through my research began to realize that there was a big opportunity there to start a company and give it a bash and basically see what we could do with it.
Sean, can you tell us more about your appointment as Nutriband's president this year and what attracted you to joining the Nutriband team?
Well, originally, Kathy, I had been an investor on the equivalent, the Irish equivalent of your Shark Tank program. I'd been mentoring and coaching entrepreneurs for the last 20 years. And I met Gareth when he came to pitch his idea, which at the time had been a master's thesis. I was taken both by Gareth himself as an entrepreneur. As you'll see, he's incredibly focused, incredibly committed, and has great passion, and has a great vision for the company and the impact it can have in the world. And I was also taken by the size of the market opportunity. And also, most entrepreneurs, you know, at our heart, it's not just about doing well. We also want to do good. And there's a great opportunity here, I think, to have an impact in patient outcomes and saving lives. As the company has begun to ramp up and it's now on an acquisition trail, it's made more sense to come on in a more formalized role as president of the company to help Gareth and the team in the strategic development of the business as it moves forward.
Great. And Gareth, I understand you recently acquired 4P Therapeutics. Will you please tell us about how they have added to the growth and development of the company?
Absolutely. So the acquisition of 4P was a real turning point for the company. It definitely put us into a new league in the transdermal space. So through the acquisition, we received a couple of beneficial points. We received a hugely experienced management additions through Dr. Alan Smith, who Sean mentioned, and also Stephen Damon, who have a combined over 40 odd years experience in the pharmaceutical industry. Additionally to that, the acquisition of 4P is responsible for much of our pipeline today, including Defent. So that was a huge move for us as well, to own the technology and the IP surrounding that. And then lastly, through the acquisition, we were able to add our own clinical development facilities. So we own our own clinical trials to a certain extent. We're able to conduct our own testing and work on our preclinical evaluation in-house.
Gareth, why did you take Nutriband public, and why was it so important for Nutriband to be publicly traded?
When we moved to the US, we were looking at different ideas on how to stand out from just another emerging pharmaceutical company with a new idea. So we felt that by taking the company public, it very much set the tone for what we were looking to achieve and the heights that we were looking to reach. So that was able to assist us in securing the 4P deal, we believe, and bringing in some top management to be part of an emerging but very high potential and high focused team and an opportunity.
I founded 4P in 2011 with a small group of what I consider world-leading transdermal drug delivery scientists. We had a vision. Our vision was to develop transdermal products that meet the needs of the payers and the physicians, and most importantly, the patients. We've executed on that vision quite nicely for about 7 years now, 8 years. But along the way, just recently, we met Gareth and the Nutriband team. We decided as a team to come together with Nutriband in a way that we can develop our products even faster, bring them to market quicker, and more effectively.
Other transdermal pharmaceutical companies focus on passive diffusion of drugs through the skin, so the potential for Nutriband is huge. By developing transdermal forms of injectable medicines, such as peptides, proteins, and biologics, we can improve patient compliance, improve patient comfort, and improve the safety of injectable medicines.
Sean, could you talk about what's happened since the company moved to the US, and what has this meant for Nutriband?
Well, the company started, Kathy, in Ireland, where Gareth and I are both from. But we realized quickly that, you know, the opportunity here was a large patient population, and so America seemed the obvious place to go. And there's an old saying in business that if you want to launch a big ship, you have to go where the water is deep. And as well as that, we wanted to assemble a world-class team of experts in the transdermal field, and much of the experience and the expertise in the transdermal field is here in the US. And so we've been very fortunate since we moved here to build a team consisting of people like Dr. Alan Smith, who's a leader in the transdermal field, Dr. Jeff Patrick, who's the head of drug development at Ohio and who has more than 20 years in the pharma space, and Dr. Larry Dillaha, who's a specialist within the pain medication area. So these people are key, and that expertise is here in the US.
And Gareth, how has the company evolved from the original idea and where the area of focus for Nutriband is today?
So the original idea was to look at, you know, everyday health and wellness products and what could be applied to transdermal technology. So that was the original focus when we were in Ireland. We developed a range of everyday consumer style products like vitamin patches and energy patches and so on, more so to test the market and the response from the market as well. So once we moved to the US, the goal was to very quickly take the model that we had built and strategically change and develop it to focus on pharmaceuticals and the various applications there as well.
Gareth, can you talk about transdermal technology and how this helps our bodies absorb ingredients?
Yes, transdermal technology has grown significantly over the last decade, and with technological advances such as microneedles, microablation, and different routes to the body. What transdermal technology does is provide a new option of delivery and route into the bloodstream to compete with injectables and tablets. What we get here as well is you bypass the digestive tract. Your body doesn't have to digest the medication, which is the main cause of side effects and upset stomachs and so on associated with many medications today. The other benefits there as well, we can also use the patch to apply to specific areas in the body. So particularly with pain medication, if you have a targeted pain in your leg or your knee or your lower back, you can place the patch in that area and it will provide specific therapeutic effect to that area as well.
And Sean, will you please tell us about the benefits that transdermal technology provides in the pharmaceutical space?
I think the first benefit is that a lot of people, patients, struggle with taking tablets. Some people are just uncomfortable with that. Others don't like to take injections. And so a patch or transdermal technology is a much more comfortable and effective way for many patients. We also know that a lot of people struggle to maintain their medication regime because they have a multiplicity of tablets to take at different times. And the using of a patch makes that much easier for them to maintain that regime. And thirdly, the target population, particularly infants and young children, and indeed the elderly, they too struggle with tablets particularly, and indeed injections. And so that's an easier way for them to take their medication. And as Garrett mentioned, the fact that it is delivered directly into the system as opposed to through the stomach can often make it more effective, and indeed often make it faster in terms of delivering the benefit and the patient outcome.
Gareth, will you please explain how Nutriband's transdermal technology, Defent, can help with the opioid crisis?
Absolutely. So Defent is the key product that we're working on at the moment. The opioid crisis is not a secret to anybody in the US. There's an epidemic at the moment, not only here, but also worldwide. In the US, it's responsible for approximately 90 deaths a day, tens of thousands a year when you add that up. So opioid-based patches play a key contribution to these deaths as well, unfortunately. However, opioid-based patches are also the most effective pain therapies there are in the market at the moment. To give you an example of fentanyl and its strength, it's 50 times stronger than heroin and 100 times stronger than morphine. Obviously, there's a huge market there for people that look to seek a high from using these patches. And the unfortunate statistic is you can sell a week-long used fentanyl patch on the black market for $100 to an addict if you find the wrong person. So what we've done is look at the fentanyl patch market and decide to focus on it to see what we could do to make it safer, right in line with what the FDA at the moment is calling out for. So Defent is our key technology that we're developing at the moment, and what we've done here is combine capsaicin and pepper spray with denatonium benzoate, which is the most bitter substance on the planet, and essentially add that to the backing layer of the patch. And what this does, it doesn't actually change the therapeutic effect of the fentanyl, but makes it extremely uncomfortable, almost impossible to use the patch for anything but its therapeutic purpose. So a lot of the time you'll have addicts that will use the patch and they'll roll it up and smoke it, they'll chop it up and place it between their gum to get the high. You'll have other addicts that will make a tea out of it, and this additional layer that we've added essentially ruins the drug when it's extracted from the patch for anything but its therapeutic purpose. There's a huge opportunity there, not only to improve patient use, but also to save lives, albeit from purposeful or accidental misuse. So there is cases as well where you'll have a patient that will use a fentanyl patch and dispose of it incorrectly, let's say throw it into the garbage, and you'll have unfortunately a child or an animal or a pet and pull it from the garbage, place it between their mouth or chew on it, and it has resulted in a number of deaths as well. Defent is a key focus for us at the moment, and we believe, taken through a full development pipeline, we could create a new industry safety standard for opiate-based pain treatments.
And Sean, you recently signed a distribution agreement with a Korean distributor. What has that meant for Nutriband?
Our distribution agreement with the South Korean distribution company is focusing on our consumable products, our range of vitamins and energy patches, which come under our consumable category. And that has been a very beneficial revenue stream as we continue the pipeline of our pharma drug development program. And also we see South Korea as being a very strong launch pad to allow us to break into the Asian market, which we also see as a huge market.
As we know, the Asia market is a very exciting place to be in. It's fast-growing, fast-paced, and they welcome innovation and technology in every field, especially with Nutriband, our technology of transdermal patches. What excites me about Korean market and also Asian market about Nutriband is our product's been well received in the last 2 years, and people love the concept and also the technology behind transdermal delivery system in supplement as well as pharmaceutical product. The response has been tremendous, especially in Korea. We have the major purchase order from large distributors, and also we have quite a bit of sales scheduled for the next 5 months. And as far as Asia is concerned, because our effort in Korea, we have interest in not just in China, but in Malaysia and also Vietnam as well. The key feature that we have with our product and also technology at Nutriband is transdermal delivery system. I believe we are the leader in this field currently in supplement as well as in pharmaceutical area, and I believe because our efforts in Korea, also the result that we're seeing in Korea, other countries been very receptive of our product and also our technology. What's in immediate horizon for Nutriband is we have a substantial amount of purchase order from the companies, and also we recently signed the distribution agreement with Best Choice Incorporated in Korea, which we expect to do about 2.2 million a year in purchase order. And also with that, we have other major distributors and also wholesalers coming on board at this time.
Sean, where can our viewers learn more about Nutriband?
So for viewers who want to learn more about the company, if they go to nutriband.com, or indeed our recent acquisition 4ptherapeutics.com, 4 being the number, and there they can learn about the background to the company. They can get an understanding of the team behind the technology, and also will be able to keep up to date with developments in the pipeline as we bring these products and drugs through the system and out into the market.
Right. Gareth, what is most rewarding to you about this work?
For me personally, I mean, taking it from an idea stage right through to where we are now, and the opportunity not only to create a substantial company but also save lives along the way, I think that's the big opportunity and what's most rewarding for me.
Wow. Sean, you are exposed to so many brilliant entrepreneurs. What is it about Gareth and this company that really stands out to you the most?
I've been studying writing about entrepreneurs for many, many years. I've just launched a book called Secrets to Success, Inspiring Stories from Leading Entrepreneurs. I expect Gareth to be in one of those future editions. I think at the heart of every entrepreneur is a desire to change the world. It's not just about making money, but it's about making a difference. And what better way can you make a difference than to contribute to the welfare of patients, to better patient outcomes, and ultimately to saving lives.
Oh, that's wonderful. Lastly, Gareth, could you please highlight where you see the market heading in the future and the plans for Nutriband that it has for it?
Well, I believe we're right on trend at the moment in the pharma space. Pharmaceutical market itself is growing at a couple of % year over year, where transdermal delivery is growing at 11.6% year over year. So what this tells me is that a lot of pharmaceutical companies are not only focusing on developing new drugs and treatments now, but also taking already available treatments and improving and bettering those through new delivery methods. So I believe we're coming in at the exact space we need to be at the exact time, and the market is calling out for an industry leader, and I think we can definitely fight our case to make that.
All right. Well, Gareth and Sean, thank you both for sharing your passion and your dedication to health and innovation. Thank you.
Thanks for having us, Kathy.
Great to be here.
Thank you, and thank you for watching. I'm Kathy Ireland.